What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Nikkei Show, not the Pika Videos, but welcome to the number one podcast where we talk about everything and anything that we desire. My name is Nikki, your host for the rest of this podcast, and welcome on to the show. You guys probably know me as Pika Videos, my primary channel where I do gaming content, and I stream most of the time. On the channel. Well, most of the time. When I'm able to stream or do videos. But the link for that is going to be in the description down below if you're watching this on YouTube. And hopefully, this is also going to be on Spotify. So, for all you Spotify viewers out there, you guys can go subscribe to my channel. Hopefully, you guys are going to have an amazing stay on this podcast. So, my name is Nikki. And let's kind of like dive right into what this podcast is going to be about a little bit. Kind of like talk about what this podcast is, and jump into some like topics, to kind of like, start off the first episode of the podcast. You know what I'm saying? So let's just dive right into it. First things first, I'm gonna take a nice little sip of H2O from this Central Perk water bottle, which can be also act as a coffee mug-ish thing. Keeps things nice and warm, and it keeps things nice and cool as well for long periods of time. It's really, really good. Like, as I were watching this on YouTube, it is really cool. Friends is one of my favorite shows, so yeah, it's a really cool mug. I got this as a Christmas gift, actually. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. I always wanted one. Never had the opportunity to get one, but now I got one now. So what is this podcast going to be about before I get off topic here? Well, this podcast is going to be basically me talking about anything that I desire, like I've said in the beginning of the podcast. But what I mean by that is, well, anime related stuff, gaming stuff, news, mental health, sexual orientation, anything in between, anything that's going on around the world, sports stuff, whatever, you name it. Excuse me, that was a beautiful small burp. Anyways, anything that comes in to my mind or whatever that I want to talk about, we're going to be talking about this on podcasts. We're going to occasionally have some special guests come into this podcast. Mainly my close friends, obviously. And, if we ever get, like, say, for instance, Ariana Grande or, like, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in this podcast, never know. You never know. Maybe one day. But in all seriousness, yes, this is going to be a podcast where we're going to be generally talking about stuff, hang out with probably some of my friends on a Discord call, and, kind of, like, talk about, like, important subjects, and, do some ha-has, laugh a little bit. Maybe have some powerful opinions here and there. Start debates or whatever. Or it could be just me just soloing, like what I'm doing for this first episode. Actually, I was supposed to have one of my close friends to be with me in the first episode of the podcast, aka Super Zero. Shoutouts to him. One of my close friends, know him since beginning of high school, actually. Crazy mad lad. Done many videos with this man. He's really cool. He's really, really cool. But yes, of course, this should be streaming on Spotify and on YouTube. Hopefully the Spotify part works. If not, you guys are only getting the first episode on YouTube, and probably I don't know if the other ones are gonna be only YouTube exclusive. Kind of depends on how I'm gonna be working this out for Spotify and whatever. But we're trying out. You know what I'm saying? We're trying this out. So I guess let's just dive right into the subject of conversation of this episode. We actually have two primary subjects of conversations we're going to be talking about in today's episode. Aside from my introduction, there's going to be the truckers, the manifestations that are going to that there are actually still going on to this day, to when currently I am talking to you guys when this is recorded on January 30th, to be precise. That's going on, big manifestation in Ottawa, and then we're gonna be talking about Minnie Mouse's dress. Oh Jesus, Christian, you guys are let's just fuck. I just slapped my cap, and yes, I'm wearing a cap right now because my hair is looking kind of poopy scoops. It doesn't look pretty good, so I've just been wearing a cap. I am capping today, ladies and gentlemen. I am a capper. But anyways, let's dive into the truckers in Ottawa manifestations. What's going on with this? So here's the thing. Here is the thing with this. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a brief explanation of what's going on. So truckers, some of them don't have the vaccines, and they're manifesting for their rights to do their job and whatever, and all that fancy dancy stuff. There's a lot of things that have caught my attention. I thought this would be like a small manifestation. Like I think generally we thought this was just going to be like a one-time thing, and they're not going to go too deep into it. But it looks like that they're going a little more deeper. They're trying to grab the attention of the government here in Canada. Like I said, I think I've said it beginning of the podcast. I'm not sure, but it's only been like 7 minutes. But like I previously stated, I live in Canada. I won't say where specifically for privacy reasons. Like, you guys really want to know where I live specifically? Like, come on there, people. So these truckers are coming from all over Canada, Quebec, or Quebec. I always for some weird reason I always pronounce Quebec in English. I don't know why. It's me. I'm sorry. I'm not offending anybody, I hope. Parce que moi tout je parle français, moi tout je québécois. That's good. Here's my little French for you guys. You guys gotta have a little bit of sneak peek of my Frenchiness. And some of them, I think some of them are from like Toronto, Manitoba, I think, if I'm not mistaken, all around Ottawa. They're all joining in to one specific area, aka the Parliament building in Ottawa, to manifest in front of it, because they want rights, they want stuff. Now, I actually have something pulled up in my cell phone here that they did, and I don't think I want to show this image on screen. I'm probably going to give you guys like maybe a blurred up version of the image to kind of, I guess. Well, I mean, nah, I'm gonna put the image. Screw it. So what's the big image, you might ask, that I'm talking about? So there is a Terry Fox statue. For those that don't know who Terry Fox is, he is a Canadian that suffered from cancer. He died at the age of 22 while he was doing his running. He actually did a lot for Canada. He's an iconic hero. He's a true mad lad. He helped the cancer foundations. He literally was doing the running across Canada for charity reasons. And sadly, he didn't have a chance to continue on his journey. And I really want to. This is a really hard image to look at. And so for those that are watching on YouTube, here's the image, but I'm gonna give you guys what's happening. So this is quotes. A statue of Terry Fox near the Parliament building in Ottawa had signs hung up Saturday during the protest against the virus restrictions, sparking widespread contamination. You guys know already that the pandemic already is bonkers crazy. You guys know that. You guys just know. A photo circulated online of the statue with a sign saying "Mandate Freedom" stuck to it and holding an upside down Canadian flag. Another Canadian flag was tied around the statue's neck. I don't want to go too much into detail with the rest of this, but I want to say that I feel like this is not really respecting the person that's right there, aka Terry Fox. It's not respecting him, and it's not very respectable to do that in general. I find that very, for lack of a better term, I find that very, very unsettling. It's a very unsettling look when you look at this image. It's just it's very, it feels very wrong, to say the least. And with that in perspective and whatever, this goes against what Terry Fox is about, which is, I'm assuming that's what the protesters are trying to do with the Terry Fox statue and whatever. But then again, there's better ways to express your emotions towards the situation, and all that stuff. And I just find that very, just I'm speechless. That's all I have to say. I'm just speechless, and not like I think that's probably the most shocking thing there. But there's been like speeches about, oh, we're gonna get inside the Parliament building and all that stuff, and going whoopsie daisies. Like, some of them are more pacifistic, like some of them are more aggressive. Currently, right now, one of my close friends, aka Super Zero himself, he it took him an hour to get to his house because of the big traffic jam of the protesters that are currently, probably still right now while I'm recording this, at like 6:34 p.m. at night, still there, just jamming the roads with their big trucks. And I'm just like, yeah. I'm like, well, you could park them somewhere else. I mean, what can like, I find this so weird and anticlimactic, because way back in the beginning of the pandemic, we were all pissed off, and I think like this was like a general thing. We're all pissed off that we're like, oh, we don't want the vaccine. Like, what the frick? What's gonna kill us? Trust us. We're better off not having that vaccine. And then we're still having this conversation in 2022, but in a very, like, instead of being, we're not going to take the vaccine because it's dangerous for us. Well, it could be dangerous for us. It's, I don't wanna. Period. And saying we want freedom and all that stuff. Again, there's like the new Canadian laws and stuff and whatever. And like I said, there are ways to protest. There's general ways, but honestly, I'm hoping that this situation gets resolved quickly, because like this is massive. Like, I can't even imagine what's going to be happening in, like, I'd say like a week from now, because like if this continues on, we're going to have like I think we're probably going to make the fucking history books here. We're going to make another thing in the Canadian history books. It's, man, I don't know how to point this out. But like, the anti-vaxxers, and those that are for vaccination, I personally have 2 doses of the vaccine, going on my 3rd one in literally a month from now. And it's I'm just saying, maybe take in consideration taking the vaccine. If you guys don't want to take the vaccine, that's your choice. I'm just a voice on the internet. I'm just saying my blank out opinion. I think personally people should, take the vaccine, maybe have, maybe try out and see, like, obviously, like, there's some people that say, for instance, like, for medical reasons, like, say for instance, you can't have the vaccine because you have this thing in your body that's like, if you take the vaccine, you know what I'm saying, like, it's game over, GG's. So there are some exceptions to that rule, but I feel like for the general public, I think it's not only safer to not just us, but for the entire world, for just take the vaccine, at least one dose of the vaccine, and yeah, just take it if you want to. At least that's my personal opinion. That's how I persuade. I think we should all take the vaccine at least once. I think it's just it's fair game, first off, and second of all, like, we're gonna protect ourselves a lot more. And honestly, like, we had a conversation, me and one of my friends, before starting the podcast, and he was like, man, like, imagine if everyone had the vaccine. I was like, yes. Yes, this situation would be non-existent. We wouldn't even have this talk. I wouldn't even be talking about this on this podcast. I would be going straight towards the next subject. And probably talk about that subject for 17 minutes right now. But the thing is that I think once we, like, if we all had, like, the vaccine, like, personally, I think we would probably still have the mask or whatever because of, like, the variants and all that stuff that's going around. And yeah, it's a very depressing conversation to talk about, like, the virus and all that stuff. And we're always, like, saying, oh, it's gonna end soon or whatever. But obviously, like, we all have to play our parts. We have to play this chess game, all together and try to fix everything, find all the pieces of the puzzle, and just put them all there and all that stuff. It's important. It's an important time of our lives, and it's a crucial one as well. So everyone, we must play our parts. We must be the voice of the generation, especially the new gens. Be the voice, be proud. I don't know what else to say here aside from, yeah, take what I say about, like, the vaccinations and stuff with your opinion. Again, I'm just a voice in the internet. So what I say might be relevant to some of you guys, but I say stay vaccinated, protect yourselves first, and make sure that we don't ruin our world more. But yeah, no, it's been going kind of wild. Like, all the threats and all that stuff too. Like, it's crazy. Like my friend and even I've seen, like, on Twitter and stuff, like, being like, oh, Justin Trudeau and Francois Legault are dictators and whatever. It's like, do you know what a dictator is? Like, before you tweet, do you know what a dictator is? Like, go look it up. Go look it up. They're not dictating anything. They're not. They're just taking a step back, and they're talking with their personnel, seeing what would be the best plays and all that stuff to play around. Just like in chess, just like in Pokemon, just like in any video game, they're trying to figure things out for us to sort of get out of this situation as fast as possible. Because right now it's been, 2 years now that we've been through this? So, well, more than 2 years now. So, hopefully we get a nice good bow tie at the end of this. I'm saying maybe 2023 we might have a good resolution. Maybe 2024. Maybe even 2025. I know I'm being, like, I'm being like extended with this, but this is gonna depend on how we're pushing this, and how long is this gonna take for us to kind of adapt and finally be done with this. And I guess I could talk about this now since we're into the topic. What would be like my general thoughts on what's gonna be happening after the virus and after we're done wearing the mask or whatever? Is the mask gonna still be a thing? To be honest, I don't know. Again, I think right now we're at a time where we don't know when that's going to be happening. I might do this for like another episode on a podcast when you do more research and then formulate a better opinion. But for now, I have no clue. I can't give you guys my general thoughts because I'll probably just be blabbering more on like situations and whatever. But I think that'll be like a good conversation to talk about with with someone else on the podcast and like have like that specific interaction. That's an excellent idea. That's an excellent idea. I'm taking notes. I'm taking note of this. But yeah, my general thoughts here is that the situation is weird. It's a weird situation. I don't know how the situation is gonna end up. If you guys probably know now, I've cut a little bit on this. There's probably gonna be some cuts here and there on the first episode of the podcast. Again, this is my first ever time doing a podcast, so there's a lot. Let's just say there's a lot of pressure going on me right now. There's a lot of pressure to try and keep things a little more entertaining. But yeah, no, it's very interesting that we're having this situation again in 2022. But I mean, again, I do understand that we're all tired and all that stuff of, all of this stuff running around. I know, I get it, but let's just say there's a limit. There's a limit to what it is. If you guys would want this to be done quicker, you guys know what to do. I'm sure you guys know what to do. Be vaccinated. Just be vaccinated, honestly. Be vaccinated. That's where I stand. Again, that's just my opinion. On to the next subject of conversation, ladies and gentlemen. We have Minnie Mouse's new outfit. I'm going to be pointing out on the screen right now. Minnie Mouse's new outfit. How is everybody reacting to this one? The internet is blowing their ball sacks off again because they're like, oh my god, Minnie Mouse. Oh my god. Big change. Beautiful burp to significate. Stop it. Stop the hate. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say something here. Change is good. Change is really good. Honestly, for me, I never really liked the older design of Minnie Mouse. I wasn't really a huge fan of Minnie Mouse, not gonna lie. But I kind of like her new outfit right now. I don't really like the color, though, but I like where their approach was with Minnie Mouse. Again, it's causing controversy on Twitter. Man, TikTok. Fucking everywhere, man. Everyone on Twitter. It was trending for a day on Twitter. They were freaking the fuck out because Minnie Mouse changed her outfit. A fucking outfit for a suit. Now, again, the only thing I have to say is the coloring. It kind of makes it not look like Minnie Mouse. Kind of looks like Mickey with a suit, but with eyelashes and a bow tie on top of it. So, maybe, to be a little more distinctive, maybe, a pinkish suit. That would have been really cool, and honestly, that'd be really, really awesome. But sadly, that wasn't the case. It's a more blue-ish, like a weird blue-purple color with the polka dots and stuff. Some people think it looks like a pajama, which I'm just like, it's what? But yeah, no. What are you guys' thoughts on this? I say it's a good change, but could have been a different color. Honestly, I don't really think this is like a huge impacting thing. This is kind of like the situation with oh, Lola Bunny and sexualizing characters. It's like, okay, she changed. Like, is it really that much of a big deal? Like, is it? Is it? I don't know. I guess all the men that I watched, the freaking the first Space Jam movies are now depressed now because Lola doesn't have the the tatas, for lack of a better word. I just find it so I find it so weird. I find it so weird why people are just like they're just complaining. They're just complaining. But again, I think that's gonna be a conversation for another video or like another podcast episode because like the whole like are we sexualizing too much like animated characters or whatever, like that's a big conversation, and that alone is that alone deserves like an entire episode of a podcast in itself because it's insane. It's insanely complex, and it's not really not really something that like everyone has an exact opinion on, like everyone has a different opinion on that subject. So it kind of will be a very interesting episode if we jump into that. I guess let's talk about gaming for a little bit since we're on the topic too. Pokemon Legends Arceus has finally came out, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't had a chance to play it yet because your boy forgot to pre-order it. Because I pre-ordered Brilliant Diamond Shine and Pearl, which I do have the freaking double pack right here with me. But sadly, I haven't pre-ordered the freaking game. The game that everyone is hyping about. I'm not jumping into any spoilers because I did get spoiled, unfortunately, a little bit on the game. But the game, by what I know and by what I've seen as well with videos and stuff, the game looks phenomenal. It looks like a blast to play. Like, everyone's talking about it. Everyone and their mother's like, oh my god, it's Legends Arceus. Pokemon has made a good Pokemon game finally. Let's go, Pichu. We finally have a good Pokemon game. Like, it's a really... like, the game looks really good. Like, no capping, the game looks really good. It looks really, really fun. Like, the catching mechanic and stuff, like, the crafting. It's Monster Hunter, but Pokemon. It's good. It looks good. It looks really, really good. It looks really, really fun. I'm super excited to play this game super duper soon. Once I'm able to get it, I actually bought it now on Amazon, which I also will be having some new paintings, actually. Well, new posters, to be exact. Not here specifically, but for my room, actually. I'm gonna be having these posters on my room. Just for the sake of it, you know what I'm saying? Just for the sake of it, having some new decorations, because honestly, because my room is very, very simple. It's a square box. It's a very squarish box, and I need I needed more stuff around because it literally is empty. The walls are empty. There's only like 2 walls that have like stuff in. One wall that has floating shelves with like a bunch of like little stuffs like dragons and lizards and stuff, like little memories and whatever. Which, yes, I do have a small mini dragon collection, ladies and gentlemen, because I am a grown ass man that likes lizards and dinosaurs and shit. And of course, on the other side, which is the other side of my bed, actually, or well, actually no, it's where my bed is stuck on. There's the Hoenn poster, the Hoenn map poster from Pokemon, right there. And then there's 2 walls that are freaking empty. Like, it is empty. So my goal, to get something in these walls. At the very least, try to get something. Try to maybe like make it look a little bit nice. So I bought a Komi-san painting. Actually, 2 Komi-san poster paintings. They're gonna be canvassed anyways. So there's that. I bought a JoJo one and a Hunter x Hunter one. So hopefully I get this. I'm supposed to have this within February. So within next week, Not this week that's coming, but the next week. I'm probably gonna get it. Hopefully, I get them because the last time I actually ordered some posters off of Amazon, I have not had it. I did not I don't know what happened, but I never got them. They just never appeared. They just disappeared out of existence. So hopefully, I'm getting them this time. Amazon, please, please deliver them in time. Well, they say between I think it was between February, March ish. So it's hopefully I get them. Hopefully I get them. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be Poggers Oni-chan. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be very, very great. I wonder if there's any other subjects and conversations that I have that I've put in my notes. Oh my god, I only put ending off in announcement. Great. But yeah, this is the first, like I've said, this is the first ever podcast I ever done. I guess I'll probably just hop into to a little bit of why I'm doing this podcast since I have time to spare. So the idea of this podcast came when I saw it, some of my YouTubers starting to do podcasts and whatever. I was like, this seems pretty interesting. So I kind of let the idea come into my mind and stuff. And I was like, you know what? Let's make a podcast. Let's just do a podcast. But I don't have an ideal room for this. As you can see, this is a very open room. There's a ramp here that leads downstairs, which most of the time you can hear a TV downstairs. So sorry if you guys are hearing the TV on Spotify. If you guys are hearing some background noise while I'm talking, it's the TV downstairs. It's quite normal. And there is a home phone. We do own a home phone. We still have home phones. I think a lot of people still actually have home phones. Surprisingly. But I have a home phone over here. So that thing rings when people call here. So there's that. That happens. But yeah, no, it's been an idea. Even when I first started off my YouTube channel, I wanted to expand on my channel, expand my horizons a little bit. So when I started streaming, when I started doing videos, when I started having my Elgato, which I have an Elgato HD60, not sponsored by the way, HD60S, I believe. I think that's what it is. Hold on, HD60S. There it is. There you go. That's my little capture card. Very good capture card. Not sponsored, like I said. Not sponsored by Elgato by any means, but it's a really, really good capture card. Really, really good. Yeah, ever since I got that and I got my PC, well, it's my Acer laptop. I paid pretty cheap. I think it's 1,000, 12,000. No, not 12,000. 1,200 for it, I think. And then my monitor was a couple of bucks more. It was 200 something, so it went almost $1,500. Just for this setup alone. The mic was an extra 80, and all that stuff. So yeah, and this little lamp right here that I just blind myself for 5 seconds with. Jesus Christ. That's small little additions to the set. Obviously I do want to change the set a little more, because right now it's a little bit messy, not gonna lie. Well, especially in the background here, as you can clearly see, there's some stuff here. I don't know if you guys can see it carefully, but there is my chunky boy Chunkachu over here. And then there's a chunk the Pokemon card Pikachu pack that I got over there. And I got some booster packs and all that. So I think it'll be an interesting podcast episode, just opening cards while I'm talking about stuff. That could be interesting. But I kind of reserve all my streams and all my video stuffs and gaming stuff and whatever on my main channel. But yeah. Anyways, I was getting off topic here. Yeah, no, it's been an idea I always wanted to do. So here I am now making the first episode of the podcast talking about truckers being anti-vaxxers and protesting in front of the Parliament building and Minnie Mouse having a bad dress. Oh my god. It's so funny. again, I don't want to jump back to that to the situation with with the truckers, because again, it is what it is. What it is. It is what it is. It's a situation. What can I say? I like skin on my lips now. Jesus Christ. But yes. Currently, your boy is doing a technology course. If you guys want to know me a little more, I'm doing technology courses. Specifically, basically, I'm just a computer nerd. I'm doing computer science. I'm very, very confusingly difficult right now. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I do that I've never done before, and it's very confusing. Like there's like specific things like that I don't know about a PC because I don't own a PC. I've owned PCs before, but I've never built one before. So like there's things that I've known, but there's things I don't know as well. And like currently like we're learning about all like the mechanics of it, like all the stuff, the motherboard, the power supply unit, which for all my computer nerds out there, the power supply unit is, well, if you guys are doing computer science, in your course you have to learn all the PC components and whatever. The power supply unit is the easiest thing you will ever learn. I am telling you, it is the easiest thing that you're gonna learn, because to know what it is, like know all the branding, whatever, for like whenever you're gonna be working, whatever, you have to know like the name, like the model, what company it's from, the certification, which is usually gonna be an 80. It's gonna say 80, and then afterwards like around it, it's like 80 plus, and then around it it's gonna be like either like a gold color, silver, platinum, whatever, all that stuff. Then the amount of watts, which is normally with the model, like it's associated with the model, so it's gonna be like the model. Then it's gonna be like there's gonna be numbers. There's gonna be like 3 numbers normally. That's the amount of watts that you have on your little cube, on your little supply unit over there. What else? You have, of course, if it has like because like there's like cords and stuff that come with it, all that fancy dance and stuff. I'll probably put an image on screen right now. Editor's note: put image on screen at like 39 minutes, almost 40 minutes. You can have them with wires, without wires, or with wires and without wires. So it's a non-modulator, semi-modulator, and a modulator, which is basically like you can put all the little cords that you have to plug in and all that stuff on the thing if you want them already in it, and it's all like one big like hairline. You can have that's like half and half, where it's like the essential ones are in one big airline while the others are only separate, or you can just have them all separated and all like very, very like spread out, and you just figure out which one goes where, that type of situation. Normally, my teacher, shout out to my teacher, I'm not going to say her name, but shout out to my teacher, she says, and I also agree on this one, semi-modulator or non-modulator, take those ones. Because the non-modulators are way more easier. Non-modulators, they're all in one big pile. Yeah, it's annoying, but at the very least, you have everything. You have everything. Semi-modulator, you have the essentials in one end, and the other one is just extras. Some of them are important, but you get the point. And then the other one is just like, you pray to God you have everything in the goddamn box. And then of course there's like the connectors and all that stuff. That's also big. That's a different subject. That's a wholly different subject. For another time. But yeah, no, it's the class has been pretty pretty intense. It is currently a 1,800 hours. That is the entire course. It's 1,800 hours. So 60 weeks. Not 60 months, but 60 weeks. I was gonna say months. I always have the reflection to say months. But yeah, no, it's kind of a scary. It's kind of scary, not gonna lie. But I'm liking it so far. I'm enjoying it. It's really, really fun. I get to do stuff on computers I normally wouldn't do, that I wouldn't know how to do. Carefully, of course. I probably know how to do, but not well. But now I know how to do it well. So, it's really cool. It's really, really cool. It's a really cool course. I highly recommend for anyone that wants to do that course. Here in Canada, where I'm doing it, it's fun because my college, I have like a guaranteed job because there's like a co-op program after, like you done all of your sessions and you pass all of your exams, because you have to pass all your exams, do the co-op, then you have a job. It's insane. It is an insane process, and I'm excited. I'm super duper excited to do this. Honestly. So yeah, I guess this kind of almost wraps up the podcast, the episode of the podcast. This is gonna be a very short one. This is obviously an introduction slash let's talk about stuff that's going on right now type of episode. So I kind of went a little bit all over the place, but it's gonna be a little more structured in once the next episodes jump in and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like once we let the first episode marinate a little bit. Again, this is very nerve-wracking for me. Like I said, this is the first time I'm doing the podcast. First time that I'm like, again, like I'm not used to talking like alone on a mic for a long period of time with a script, because currently I have like a mini like script of notes. I have like scribbles of notes on a WordPad document that says like all the things that I wanted to say, and that's basically it. Like it's very, like, for me, again, like this is very, very nerve-wracking. Again, this is the first episode, but I'm gonna get comfortable after this episode. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the first episode of the podcast. Again, the episodes of the podcast are gonna be a lot more longer than 40-ish minutes. This is probably gonna be 40-ish to 50 minutes long. Normally, probably these podcast episodes will range for like an hour or two, all depending on what the episode is about, what are the subjects I want to bring in, what's like the whole shabammy whammy, what's going to be popping in and all that stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this beautiful podcast. If you did, feel free, for all you Spotify viewers out there, you guys can leave a like, but leave a like if you're on YouTube. But you know, on Spotify, you want to follow this. Hey, follow me, of course. Follow me on Spotify. Follow me on... my God, there's a lot of burps in this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on YouTube. You guys are the warm welcome. I hope you guys enjoyed. And like I say every time I end off any podcast or any videos for that matter, don't forget drugs are bad. If you get one, pray make sure you're hot. Hello, smooch. Mooah. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Give me your criticisms in the comments and let me know. Let me know how you guys feel about this podcast. Peace.